Does Airplane's humor still hold up today, or do you think it would be canceled today? That's the question that we're going to ask in this video.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
I've got to say, Airplane is my favorite comedy movie of all time, just because of the dryness of the jokes.
Get that finger out of your ear. You don't know where that finger's been.
There's so many quotes.
So funny.
There's so many quotes.
I feel like we should give like a background of what Airplane is for the audience. After the crew becomes sick with food poisoning, a neurotic ex-pilot
With a drinking problem.
must safely land a commercial airplane with a full load of passengers.
It's about a guy dealing with his trauma and dealing with a relationship.
True. He's trying to win back his girlfriend. She said, I can't deal with this right now. You can't get over your trauma. I'm going to be flying on this plane. And once I land in Chicago, I'm never going to see you again. He decides, I'm going to hop on this plane and I'm going to try to win her over. In doing so, he's discussing his life story to all these passengers on the plane. They keep killing themselves. Because he's like...
You know what I love? I love that we had a whole review on Inception and how, like, I didn't really like how everyone was killing themselves. And this is your favorite comedy movie.
It's like, it's humor killing yourselves versus, like, serious killing themselves. There's a difference.
It's a taste.
If you're killing yourself, make it funny.
So as far as story goes, it's a pretty good story.
He stood up to the task.
Yeah.
He overcame his trauma to land this plane. Spoilers.
I think it is important to know when watching this movie going into it for the first time that it is dry. You could miss a lot of what's going on because it's so subtle. But when you're actually looking for those things.
So dry.
Yeah.
I need lotion.
So
Peter,
funny.
when you were watching this movie, you were like, this movie's like not that funny.
No, I started laughing once on the airplane. The girl is like going through like CPR or something, and she's like getting choked.
when they're playing the guitar and she moves.
I mean, looking back on it, it is really funny, but it did take me a bit to like start catching on to some of that stuff. But I think if I rewatched it, it'd be so much funnier.
Right. You have to be smart to understand this movie. If you don't think it's funny, you're not smart. Get a brain.
I think I wasn't necessarily expecting some of it. During most of the movie, I was a little bit watching it and just having fun with friends. And I think watching it again, I would find it super funny. It can be kind of splitting. I think you're either going to like think it's hilarious immediately or you're going to think it's like super stupid.
Do you think that today's humor, do you think it would hold up?
Today's humor, I think most people would look at it with a quick glaze and they would just pass on it. I don't think people give the time of day to things as much anymore. The attention spans aren't there. I think if you're watching it with like guys like you, which I did, and I know now if I watch the second time, like Napoleon Dynamite, I think that was my favorite comedy of all time. I do see that there's chances of if I watch this movie a couple more times, it could top that. And I think I think that's part of the thing that might affect the times of the movie too.
I think if this movie was made today, I think it would probably be canceled. But at the same time, you don't think it would be canceled?
I would. It's just like the little jokes where you've got the flight attendant asking the old lady, would you like something to read?
Do you have anything light?
How about this leaflet, famous Jewish sports legends?
Yeah, dude.
I don't think you can get away with that.
I think you probably could today. I think you definitely could. But it wasn't like...
Do you think they can get away with the whole jive?
Cut me some slack, Jack.
I don't know. They got... I mean, Robert Downey Jr., Tropic Thunder.
I guarantee you can't get away with this, where you got the little kid Joey going in the cockpit, and Captain Over is like,
You ever seen a grown man naked?
you just can't get away with that.
You can't get... That's true. That is very true.
Could this movie be done today? I don't know. I'm on the fence about it.
I'm saying no.
But I
it
think
should.
It should be
but
done.
no.
It should be.
Okay, for our final rating, I think for entertainment, I definitely put it at an 8 out of 10. Quality, I'd probably give it a 7 out of 10. I also think it would be, like, some parts would be canceled today, but I still think the movie could possibly still be made today.
I'm going to give Airplane an 8 out of 10 for excitement, 7 out of 10 for quality for Airplane. I think Airplane is super hilarious. My favorite comedy movie. I think it would get canceled today if it was remade with a similar humor.
Being honest, the first time coming out of that movie, probably a 5.5. I'd say my quality was probably a 6. Now, I think going into it, if I watched it again, from the jokes that these guys have said, I think the quality could be an 8 and the entertainment could be a 9. I did not get some of the dryness. And so I think my rating should seriously go up, and I think they will if I watch it again. Watch it with a friend and maybe give it 2 takes. If you've only seen it once like I have, try it again. Because these guys, rip about it. So
A forewarning, there are a couple scenes that are just like shouldn't have been in the movie. There's a little bit of nudity, there's a little bit of language, and then there's that dry humor and sexual innuendo. So I wouldn't recommend to everyone. You have to have a certain sense of humor in order to be able to watch this movie. So just go in, have a little bit of a caution, but I still like it. I still think it's worth watching.
I think this movie is for ages 2 and under and 12 and above.
Let us know in the comments. Do you think that it would be able to be made today? Make sure you like, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.
Flight 209er, you are cleared for takeoff.
Roger. Huh?
LA departure frequency 123.9er.
Roger.
Huh? Request vector. Over.
What?
Flight 209er, clear for vector 324.
We have clearance, Clarence.
Roger, Roger. What's our vector, Victor?
Tower radio clearance, over.
That's Clarence, over.
Over.
Roger.
Huh?
Roger, over.
What?
Hey!